Hi, this is Dee at Aloha Astro. Let's take a look at the forecast for today as the moon is transiting Cancer to Leo, Wednesday, August 20th. Highlights facing your fears as well as your desires and divinity, as the moon conjunct Venus and Jupiter in Cancer moves from the cardinal water sign of Cancer to the fixed fire sign of Leo in the late afternoon, while forming a T-square aspect pattern with Chiron retrograde in Aries and Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, in addition to a minor grand trine aspect pattern with Saturn conjunct Neptune, both retrograde in Aries, and Uranus in Gemini. Expressing your innermost feelings to another person could be the crux of your fear-desire dilemma, as Mercury in ardent Leo opposes Pluto, and Mars in relationship-minded Libra opposes Saturn and Neptune, with the tense energy of the oppositions being contained, controlled, and directed through a mystic rectangle of Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto, toward Saturn and Neptune at the peak of a kite aspect pattern, lifting a grand trine of Mars, Uranus, and Pluto toward making something envisioned, spiritual, or longed for real. The work of examining your feelings and baring your soul can feel daunting and risky, and there is no guarantee that the reaction or result of doing so will be what you intend or hope, as the Sun in Leo forms a quincunx aspect with Saturn and Neptune, and a square aspect with Uranus in Gemini. But by opening your heart and communicating your truth, you put energy in motion that can change everything, including you and your future, and someone else, for the better. The key today is to express emotion, energy in motion, without fear or expectation, as you trust that what is highest and best for you will happen when you do. So here we can see our mystic rectangle quite obviously standing out, with Mercury opposing Pluto in the center of it, and Mars opposing Saturn and Neptune, and that's all being boxed in by these sextiles between the planets at the four corners of that rectangle. And this enables the planets at the corners to work together to direct the intense energy of the two oppositions and put them to good use, instead of having them pull you apart and scatter you in different directions. Then we have the T-square going on with the Moon, Venus, Jupiter opposing Pluto, and Moon, Venus, Jupiter, and Pluto both squaring Chiron in Aries. It is this trine here between Chiron and the Sun and the quincunx of the Sun to Saturn and Neptune. Well, everything draws energy here toward Saturn and Neptune, and we are right on the edge of Saturn being at that 0 degree of Aries, and as it's retrograding and moving back toward Pisces, there is a feeling today, especially as we're getting closer to the end of Leo, moving into the Virgo season, and as the moon is also going to be at a final degree of Cancer, that it is time, it is time to really get some energy out there, to go for what you would like to have, or how you would like to be living your life. What are you waiting for, is basically what this is all saying. And if you hold back due to your fears, then you will never know what the outcome could possibly be. And it bears keeping in mind that the planet Uranus here participates in a grand trine with Mars, a planet of action. So we have a planet of change and the future with the planet of action in a relationship-oriented sign. Uranus is in a communication sign. Pluto is in a future-oriented sign. That's the planet of power and transformation. That grand trine is pushing all its energy toward Saturn and Neptune. Everything we look at keeps coming back toward Saturn conjunct Neptune, both retrograde in Aries. Do you want to create a would have, could have, should have situation in your life now? Or do you want to take that risk or chance that may actually manifest the good of Venus and Jupiter, highlighted by the moon, with Jupiter being at its best expression in the sign of Cancer? Uh, make something good out of today is basically what this is saying. And the way to do that is to express your true self, your true feelings, and to face those fears, to recognize your divinity, your holiness, and the perfection or the vision that you seek. While there are, as I said, no guarantees, you are co-creating in this universe, and get in there, do your part, express yourself fully, show up and be you authentically as you are right now. We are always growing and changing, and you may be somebody entirely different tomorrow, next week, a month, a year from now. But the present moment, expressing who you are at this moment, is the most important thing. Do not suppress yourself. And if you have to be suppressing yourself for any particular person or situation, do you want to remain there? Or is it time to move on and let go? As always, stay safe, take care, and I'll be back again tomorrow.